Okay, I'm super upset. I thought I was recording. I was not. I took a great picture of all the stuff I just did. So, no way for me to redo it because everything's already stuck down. So, I took the journaling card that came with the Dreamy Jellies. And then I took, for some reason, I got two of them. So, I just took the extra ripped off corners, stuck them down. And then again, this was supposed to be January's theme. I'm using it obviously for February. So I took one of the just the regular planner month stickers and put that down. And I'm just going to decorate it with a couple of the small stickers. So it'll sort of look like it was 100% made for this. So let's put down maybe one more up here. Okay. All right. So there's my month. After this, I always go in. I tend to do, just so you know, I tend to do the first technically 4 pages the same. I always put down the journaling card and then I do one just for the overall month. And then the next 2 pages, I do a monthly calendar spread. So not much changes with these as far as my decorations go. All right, let's get a little stingray. They're actually really cute. The one thing I don't like too much about the jellies is that they are very, very similar. You don't get a whole lot of variety in this pack, but they are adorable and the colors are perfect. They're really easy to match with some markers. You can see I grabbed a bunch of Tombos that I think will match as I use them. I'll let you know what the colors are if you'd like. And I always do my outlining in a 3, so I have a Tombow size 3, and then also a Staedtler pigment liner in a size 3. I don't like the ones to do outlines because it's a little bit too small, and I don't like the 5s because it's a little too big. So sounds like Goldilocks there. But anyway, so let's throw on a couple of the bigger stickers, and we'll put a little floating stingray up there, and we'll put down, where are my tweezers? Here we go. We'll put down maybe some coral in the bottom. Let's see here. I was never one that thought I would use tweezers because, like, who needs tweezers for this? This is one of the best ideas ever. They do help a lot with placement specifically. These are easy to get off of the background. They are not super easy to place exactly where you want them. So I do this just to help. Let's see if we have any in the sticker pack that I would like to use. We have washies and these little orders, which are cute, and postage stamp looking, nothing really there. Okay, so maybe I'll use a bigger guy here. And see, we have lots of pinks just because it's already on there. So let's throw a, well, not a purple. Well, yeah, we'll do teal. Okay, and we'll put him up there. And then maybe just a couple little jellies. There's already a lot of pink on this page, but with this size, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. And we'll put on one of these. And we'll get the teal. Where are you? Right here. Oh, purple. Sorry, not teal. Okay. I'll put a purple one on. I think I might just line the sides. I will grab Tombow number 620. That's going to match pretty good, I think. And I just realized I didn't put those on the right. Well, that's okay. I'll just throw a line in here. And then maybe I'll do a different color right behind it, just to give it a little bit of something. So it's not just a completely dead page. I don't feel like I need to decorate these like crazy, the very front page anyway. Let's see, we'll do here. Just because it's literally just an announcement type thing for the month. So maybe I'll put in one more jelly down here. I'm going to use the holographic. They came with the variety sticker pack. So I'll put one of these in here right on the bottom. And that's pretty good, I think. Again, not a lot, but if you look at my January, I think I went a little nuts with the stickers, to be honest with you. Not that I dislike it, but I like this a little bit better. It's more calm, more soothing, if you want to call it that. So, okay. So I have my initial pages. I already marked off the dots, but I use the same idea for the second set, and every month that I have, I always do the same type layout. Let's cover that up because you don't need to know when I go to the doctor, but the same type layout. The difference with this one, I do not have washi, so I'm going to probably use one of my plain colors. I'm not sure yet which one I want to do. I will draw out the month first and then decide. I also have this, which is really pretty and I love it, but it is so big. So I think maybe I could cut off the very top part and have it just or I could cut down here. But anyway, just cut off the very top and have it be a standard 10 millimeter washi size that you would normally get with Hubman and Chubgirl. But we'll see what we feel like when we're done. Now, again, I already went through and marked off where all the lines are going to go. I do still want to do this in pencil just to make sure. I do not have my pencil. Where's my pencil? Well, this is a bummer. Let's see. Okay. I gotta go find my pencil. Ridiculous. I'll be right back. Okay. Found my pencil. Can't believe I didn't have that. Now, I do mark off each one of my spaces for the days are 5 by 5. Even though I've already marked them off, I do still go over it in pencil. It's easy to make mistakes, which if you do, it's not the worst thing in the world. All this is making as much fun as you can with your own designs. Again, mistakes are normal. Just shows that it's done by hand. Very rarely is anything perfect. You will never find anything perfect in nature. Perfect lines anyway. So it is not, to me, a huge deal if I make a mistake. Well, all right. It is because I tend to be obsessive compulsive with this kind of thing, which is why I'm marking it off in pencil, even though I already know where it's going to go. So how do you guys usually do your journals? Is it you wing it, or do you know what you're going to do every month? I know the layout that I want to do again, but it does change month to month, obviously, how I decorate the papers depending on the stickers that I have. And we'll mark you. And I know this is probably not the most thrilling thing in the world to watch, but like I said, I just wanted to do a journal with me, which is, this is what I would normally do. So we've got this. I think I'm actually pretty confident, of course. The second I say that, I'm going to screw up, but pretty confident in my lines here. So I think I might just go ahead and throw the pen in. You know what I will do, though, is just mark some small lines here just to make sure I hit the right ones. And there we go. Okay. All right. So again, I'm going to grab we'll start with the Tombow number 3. I've had this one for a little bit, so I may have to switch to the Stedler, but let's see if this one works. You can round off the corners if you want, which I'm not going to do this time. A lot of the time I do, but I think this one I just want to kind of keep pretty straightforward. I guess realistically, this one has jellyfish, so I probably should do rounded lines to match the shapes of the jellies, but that is fine. I don't feel like that is absolutely necessary. Okay, and again, this is the same start of a layout that I do each month. I like this just because you can put in real quick things, like if there's a birthday or something really important you want to remember. It's the first thing that you'll see when you open up your journal. But I do put, obviously more extensive descriptions or explanations or whatever in the actual days themselves. So here we go. Almost done. If you can hear that wind outside, it is kicking. Temperature is going to drop quite a bit. I think 35 degree drop we're supposed to get over the next couple of hours. Really odd for Florida. We're under a freeze warning and a cold weather warning, which I know most of you, not most of you, but a lot of you have several feet of snow on the ground. So again, shouldn't be complaining. But this is Florida, the land of sunshine. And while it might be shiny, it's going to be cold, and I don't care who you are. Oh my goodness, 22 degrees is cold. All right, so oops. I'll probably just, I don't know, I have to find a white acrylic pen, or actually I'll just use some white out on that, honestly. I have white acrylic pens. I don't like them for the only reason I can't ever seem to get them to come out without glopping all over everywhere. So I do just have a little thing of whiteout that I use, and when I screw up like that, I will fix it. If it's just a little mistake, I'm not worried about it. You can cover it with stickers, but that's a little too much to cover with stickers. Okay, so there's my basic layout. Let me find my whiteout. This is my Archer and Olive A5. One thing that's really nice is that the pages are a bright white. So even if I put whiteout on here, you're really not going to see it. Some of the other books that I've seen, they're white, but they're not a bright, pure white like this one is. So, okay, we're going to let that dry. And then over to the side, I always put a spot for a list up top for like doctor's appointments or real important to-dos, or again, the stuff that you want to see at the very beginning of the month, the first time you open your book. Makes it easier to remember exactly what it is you need to be doing. And we're going to go this way. And then we're going to go down. And let's see. Well, let me go across first so that sometimes it's easier to just see where to stop. That happens frequently when I do these layouts. I forget where to stop, so I just end up making one big giant line, but that's okay. Again, it's your journal. If you want to fix it, you can. If you don't have to. Okay. So we have these just about done. Okay, and here. Okay, excellent. So let's see, is that dry? Yes. Okay, I always start my journals on a Monday. I don't know why. I saw it somewhere and thought it was a good idea. So that's what I stick with. So we'll do, oops. Well, okay, February 1st, we'll just stick the Sunday since that one is volunteering. This week obviously is all Sundays. And then we'll throw on Monday. One thing I do like to do, you can bend these sticker pages back a smidge and it just lifts up the top for you. So we'll throw on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Come on. There we go. Wednesday. What do you guys like to do with your spreads? What do you do first? Do you have like a complete layout in mind, or you just go as you do? I always bring them up, but it's because they're the ones who got me into this. So my sisters do the Hobonichi kit, and I think they usually just plan out their week in advance. The last couple months I have sat and done I'm such a dork, done the entire month in one fell swoop. So, and then I use my round date dots for the main calendar. Let's see. All right. And I think I already know something I did. I don't think that's where February ends, but if it's not, then I'll just go through and use my trusty whiteout again, and then we'll make a little sticker pattern out of it. I really like doing this. It's good for my brain. It's very soothing to me. No, one of my daughters is into it and can't really afford it, which is even worse. And the other one isn't so much. I think maybe this is something as you get older, you appreciate more. Not that there aren't young ones that do like it. But to me, I see all the time people post, yes, I spend my grown-up money on stickers, which I do. And I'm not going to apologize for it either. This is one of the only things my work is very much number oriented and picking things apart that way, and it's nice for me to be able to do this and be a little artistic, not worry about too much. I do like to line things up as much as possible. Now these stickers are the vinyl, and they are repositionable to a point. So if you do make a mistake, you can always lift them up. The longer you leave them down, though, the less chance you have of them actually being able to come up off of your page without taking some of the paper with it. I don't think I've ever, knock on wood, stone, I don't think I've ever had it where it ripped a hole in the paper, but it will pull like the top layer of it off. So again, I find Hubman and Chubgirl stickers very, very forgiving, mainly because if something like that does happen where it pulls off a little bit of the paper, they give you so many small stickers that you can use to cover up any potential oopsies or paper rippings, or like I had said, if this thing over here was smaller. As a matter of fact, let me go in and fix this now. If I can find what I did with my ruler. There it is. Love this ruler. It is a Hubman and Chubgirl brand. It's nice because it's small and manageable. I know like a regular size ruler is kind of hard to use on these smaller planners because it's hard to keep them down. I know these are lay flat books. As you can see, it is laying flat. It does indeed lay flat. But when it hangs off of the, like that, it wibbles and wobbles, and it's hard to keep things straight. So I do really appreciate the it's really cute. I still have the plastic on it. I probably should take that off, or the protector, but that's their ruler, and then these are their tweezers. I like them a lot. They come in a couple different colors. So I also have a pair of like the micro point tweezers that really come in handy when you're working with something really smaller. You don't ever have to place something exactly in place. But if you are the person that likes to do that, then those the micro point are really good to have. Okay. And I did not erase. That's okay. I need to go back and erase my my pencil marks from where I laid out my calendar. Actually, you know what? This is going to work out okay. I think I'm only going to have one day that I need to white out. You don't have to white it out. I would rather have that extra space to use to design with some extra stickers. So we'll go back now. We're obviously 28 days in November, so we can throw that over there so we don't grab it and use it by accident. Okay. Very easy to just wipe out a mistake. Now this one will be really good because I'll definitely put stickers over that. Keep it pretty easy. Okay, and then the other thing I always do, if I can find what I did, there they are maybe. Yes, okay. I like to put another month header up here. Do I need to? Because it was just on here. No. But it's just something I like to do. So we are going to do it. Let's see. Okay. February. Now this I don't necessarily use any kind of a ruler. I just sort of eyeball it. It's easy to get it straight horizontally just because of the 5mm dot grid. So we're going to do the same thing. Actually, this one I might put some bigger stickers on this guy. We'll do a February up here, and then maybe I'll do some of the bigger coral down here. I'll do this guy over here. Okay. Now, one thing I need to sort of decide, well, here, before I do that, I'm going to erase my pencil marks. I've had this type eraser since I was actually in high school, probably college, drafting and art, graphic design and stuff. But they're great because they bunch up into whatever size you want to. If it gets dirty, you just pull it apart and stretch it out, and it will go away. It also leaves no marks on your paper, which is really nice, because especially with these, if you use a regular eraser, the pieces tend to maybe get stuck inside of your I'll call it a book seam. Why can't I? Book seam, that's the new word for it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do, let's see, I usually put in doctor's appointments. I'm looking to see if I have something I could use a lot of the time, or several times. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I get the journaling add-on. I don't want to say I'm not going to do that anymore, but I end up with so many things that I don't use. So this is actually I know when you make an order for Hubman and Chubgirl, I don't know if it happens every time, but you always got to, hey, do you want to buy a 2-sheet planner? This is what the 2-sheet planner look. Well, this is one of the 2 sheets. So I thought this is going to be really good to do like my to-do list down here, and then the colors work really well. So especially like if you go back here, you can see. So no offense to the Frito-Lay Corporation, but I am going to use this one, and I'm going to cut off the Cheetos part. Let's see. I apologize. I think a lot of this I'm just not recording close enough. Oops, oh no. See, this is a good time for these micro tweezers. Boop. I never would have been able to pick that up with my fingers, just so you know. All right, I'll stick you there. And I'm gonna put you, let's see if I go in 2, 4, so probably, and that's what, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are about even. So I'm gonna put that there, and on the bottom I'm gonna use another. I think I'll probably flip it the other way, and I'll use a lighter color. So I'm gonna grab this. Oh, it's the Cheetos again. Oh no. Okay, there. That one I did. I think I might put this one the other way. Why? I don't know. Because I feel like it. Okay. So I will throw in the top. I usually do doctor's appointments. And then this is a to-do. Again, pretty much always do the same thing. There are 3 people in the house. We all do have, I know that's kind of ridiculous to have that many doctor's appointments, but we do. So, and I like to throw in lines. A lot of the time I do the gray because it's super light. I think this time though, because it's underwater, this maybe will remind us of sand. It's Tombow Color 990. Let me just, okay, yeah, that's light. So I'm gonna highlight every other line so it's not just a big dead box sitting in your page. And here we go. Almost there. Tombow markers are great because if you lean them just the right way, you can fill an entire line without having to go back. These markers do darken pretty quickly, so if you go over it to make another line, it's very possible that you will see it. Okay, and now, or it'll be more obvious rather. And let's see, here's another brownish sandy. That might be a little too dark. So maybe we'll go with a blue to stick. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use one of these. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. They're a little smaller than I thought they were. So I can use those inside my spread instead. But we'll use a nice light blue to go with the underwater theme. Okay, Very nice. And now it's just a matter of going through and putting stickers on. I'm not going to need another big month, so we're gonna put this away, and I'm not going to need these, so we'll put that away. These are really cute. I know that they're postage stamp-esque, but I think maybe I'd like to use one or two of these, or we could use, no, you know what, maybe I'll do the washi. I'm going to try one of my washies that I bought on my own. See what this ends up looking like. It's removable, obviously, because it's washi, so if I don't like it, then we'll just pull it back up. But I'll start on the bottom and one box in, so you got your 5 millimeters, and I'll just put you down. And I don't ever, okay, I won't say ever, but almost never have I cut my washi to go in the middle of the book. I'll just keep it going and push down the seam, push down at the seam like you saw. In this case, or in these cases, I do like, I cannot keep this straight. In these cases, I do like to keep it cohesive. Now, let's see. Okay, that's better. All right. And we went one line in, so we'll tear it one line here. Okay. I actually don't hate that. I was thinking of putting this in the middle, but maybe I'll just do another color up top. There's the dark blue. That will match that. Or I could do a teal, or you know what, maybe I'll do one of the skinny. I think I'll do a skinny, well, I wish there was somebody here. Should I do skinny purple? Or should I do skinny teal? I know no matter which one I do, somebody's going to scream at me, say, no, don't do it. Maybe I'll try the teal. Hubman and Chubgirl, they're washies, or you do get two in the set, and they are both quite different. So I don't think it's horrible for me to do this. Now these are 5 millimeters, so they're just gonna fill in one square. So I'm going to start this one at the top, and you know what I think is screwing me up? I made a big deal about let's keep it cohesive and let it go through the spine of the book, and I think that's what was screwing me up as to why it was not tearing. Okay, or going straight. Okay, so here we go. I actually like that. I don't think it's awful. Matches, really does match these colors really well. So it was lucky that I had those. Now you go back to probably, I'm going to use these. Let's use the regular that came with it. I'll throw some stars up at the top. Let's see. Well, I'll put you there. And then we have some sleepy jellies. So maybe I'll put you over here. And I'll give you your little sleepy noises. No, too close to the other one. Okay, let's do a big pink happy jelly over in this corner where I made a mistake. I don't think you really even see it, but that's okay. So there we go with that. And we'll put in some, there really isn't that much coral. I thought there was more. Well, I can use, this is a whole sheet of it, so, and since it's at the bottom, it won't really matter. I'll just put in some of them down here. Usually we'll make like a little scene at the bottom of the sheets. I hope this is visible. This is my very first time doing a journal with me video, so I think I will learn from this and hopefully just get better and better. Okay. All right, I think that's it for, well, now I'll put one more over here. Let's do, I don't want to do teal because that's the same color as the box above it. And there we go. And let's grab some of our little jellies. We have the pink and the blue and the purple. When I do this, it is a massive mess. I just, it's a controlled mess though. I know usually where everything is. So, oh, you know, I meant to use, see if I can go back and use, the two die cuts are really cute. A lot of time I'll use those on the front page. So let's see if I'll go back and see if we can do it. Now see, this is where I said I don't like that it had this many jellies and so few other things, because you can kind of not get burned out, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard when they're all predominantly the same. Let's see, I'm looking for my, there's the stingray. Okay, I'm gonna put a stingray in here. And let's see, we'll stick him right there. And then maybe I'll take one or two of the stars. I do have another big page layout planned. I am going away for the very first time with my sisters. We have never been on a trip together, and I am in my 50s and they are almost. So I am super, super excited. You know, it's not that I want to leave my daughter or my husband at home, but I really am looking forward to this. We're going to have a great time. We're going to go to Universal Studios. So I'm looking forward to it. I actually think a lot of time I'll put more in here, but I think this is actually okay. I have the nice color that I added at the bottom. I do like the teal at the top. And then I can go in and fill in my things as I need to. Okay.